picking up a Scroll of Temportal and a Scroll of Healing. Obviously, I'm very worried about the sort of the potential threat of all this focus power, and meanwhile Huntress being still being produced because Strifeco has rebuilt his Ancient of Wars. He's rebuilt one. He's rebuilding the second now, and obviously Axslav has massive income at this point because he's on 2 mines, and I'm guessing that he's transferring some of his gold to Strifeco. And actually, it looks like yeah, they actually are both now on 2 mines, and so this is a pretty nice play here on their part. And Panda coming out second for Axslav, and I think this one grunt has now scouted this expansion, and so I think Rob's gonna want to heal up his grunts and then maybe move in. I'm not sure. He probably should start teching at this point. I think it's just sorry, he has tech. Sorry, I'm not paying attention at all, am I? Yeah, he has tech, which I think is sort of probably quite a wise move, just because there's so much that Orc can do at tier 2 and there's so little they can do at tier 1. Obviously grunts are quite nice early game because they just have so many hit points, so they're just great meat shield, but beyond that they really start to lose their effectiveness. And it's good that he has now tech, because it means he can immediately get Berserker Strength, which is so powerful. And you can see Shockwave being used to great effect there. Torn Chieftain actually in quite close to 5 already, and so this could go pretty nicely for him. And meanwhile Axslav coming in as well, and this is going to go a bit worse for Strifeco now, or sorry, for Rob now, but he does use a protection scroll and continues to fight here, but looks like Axslav's not actually losing that many units, but Sword is now coming in now with his rifles, still 1-0 upgrade, and so Axslav might have to move back because Strifeco lost a lot of his units and Axslav is now TPing out, but it looks like he will actually manage to lose, I'm not sure, I think he only lost 100 in that whole battle, so that's pretty nice for him. And obviously Keepers of Destruction are now up by 1 expansion, and so it's really up to existence to either attack or to expand again, and I think really at this point they should probably just attack because they have a pretty nice army, and actually Rob's teching, so I guess they should probably just expand at this point, because at least if he's going to attack, because they don't want to attack when they don't have the full advantage of all their upgrades, all the potential upgrades at least. 0-0 upgrades on the grunts, so I'm a bit surprised by that, because we did see that he does have a War Mill down. I think, yeah, he does, and actually getting armor upgrade now, but level 5 now on the Torn Chieftain, and a pretty bad creepjack coming in here. I think the Torn really should, or Torn Chieftain should really just TP out at this point, because Axslav does just have such good positioning here, and even with a level 3 Shockwave, which is actually pretty powerful, I think grunts just can't do that much against Huntresses without the rifleman behind them, and Torn Chieftain does eventually decide to TP out, and you can see he's still on exactly 1400 experience. He didn't get any kills during that entire battle, and meanwhile Strifeco's all in Sword's expansion, just taking out Peasant by the looks of things, and does decide to TP out as soon as Sword TP's in, and does actually lose 1 Berserker just before the end of that battle. And meanwhile Axslav coming in with his Panda now. Panda must be yeah, halfway to level 2, and looks like actually Sword was just scouting there, I think, that to see what was going on, and lost a peon there, so a bit careless by him, but not the end of the world. And obviously it looks like they might be trying to regroup now. It looks like perhaps we're going to see Tauren for Rob, because he does have a War Mill. He's going tier 3, and we're not seeing a Spirit Lodge or a Bestiary or anything, so the only thing I can really think of is that he's going to be going for Tauren. That's a bit of an odd choice, just given that it's against Huntresses, and Orc has so many options for Huntresses, like Raiders, which although they sort of are a soft counter, they do have things like Ensnare, which is very fun, and that's would work very well in conjunction with things like a Mountain King, and just in terms of focusing heroes. And Axslav now 2-0 upgrades on his Huntresses, so he has actually teched. Sorry, I haven't been. There's so much going on here that I haven't really have time to check all the bases at all times. And Strifeco now coming in, trying to take out this expansion, but I don't think he will manage to. I think he should probably just turn and fight, and Axslav should come in from behind, and actually instead just getting his Warden focus now. He does have a invuln pot, and he does manage to use it just in time, but I'm not sure where he's going to be able to go. He doesn't have blink, but he didn't skill it, and so it looks like he might just die even with that invuln pot, and he does die to a sort of fairly wasteful bolt as well. 1-1 upgrades, meanwhile on Strifeco's units, and so maybe he hasn't teched. No, it doesn't look like Strifeco has teched. And meanwhile, if we take a quick look, yeah, Taurens are now coming up for Rob. 2 Tauren totems are going up, and I imagine Rob's going to buy probably an orb and maybe also a tiny great hall and then try and expand somewhere. Obviously, yeah, with such a quick expansion building time, and then you can also put up things like towers with reinforced defenses, which are amazing against entrances. And I think that probably could work out quite well for him. And Axslav now 2-1 upgrades on his huntresses, and he has tech to tier 3 actually. It looks like he's probably, yeah, he's getting the tier 3 upgrade for the huntresses as well. So they're going to have sort of the super bouncing glaives and everything. So we're probably going to see quite high damage output from them. Meanwhile, Sword has now his 2-0 upgrades on his rifleman, but Axslav getting caught in a really bad position here. He's going to just fail to take out this town hall, which is a bit of a shame. But he's going to lose a lot of hunters in the process. So just look how many dead bodies there are around this, and so it's not going too well for Keeper's Destruction at this point. I think certainly they can. They have a lot of room for improvement in their playstyle. Obviously, their macro, they're known for having amazing macro, but their micro is generally terrible. They're, you know, within limits. But Axslav's known for having sort of sub 100 APM and stuff. And level 6 now on the Tauren Chieftain. Obviously, that's going to be huge because it's just going to mean that he can tank all he likes. And the worst thing that could happen to him is that he dies and then comes back with full mana and full health. And yeah, it's really not the end of the world. It's actually really quite good. And meanwhile, Rob coming in now, creeping out this expansion. Obviously, he doesn't get any more experience from it, so he's either doing it just for the items and the tiny amount of gold, or he's planning on expanding here. And it looks like he is bringing down 1 peon. I'm surprised he hasn't bought a tiny great hall, because they do pay for themselves in terms of you can just mine faster if you buy one. But maybe he just wasn't near his shop at the time. I'm level 5 Warden now, and I'm not sure whether he's skilled. I imagine he's skilled Phantom Knives 3, but I'm not exactly sure. It would be very nice against the Rifleman, and certainly there's no real need to focus down things like the Tauren Chieftain at this point, because obviously it can come back. And a pretty nice attack here. 70 food for Axslav and 58 for Strifeco, versus 50 for Sword and 50 for Rob. So a big advantage here for Keepers of Destruction. But the first couple Tauren are coming in now, and Axslav should really try and get an entangle on them, and then run a bit away, and that would do a really nice job of just getting them out of the battle. And he does get one entangle there, and just runs off a bit. And meanwhile, Rob is now just using Shockwave and then running, and I think that probably is the best point, just because that's the best thing he can do at this point. And meanwhile, level 5 now on the Keeper of the Grove, and level 3 Entangled Root just lasts ages, and like 45 seconds I think. So it's so powerful, and I think that's definitely what he's going to have skilled, and it'll just you'd be able to use it on Taurens. And so I think that's another reason Taurens aren't a brilliant choice at this point. Meanwhile, the Warden in a bit of trouble now, getting bolted, but not the attack isn't able to be followed through by anything. And the Tauren Chieftain now taking a lot of damage. Looks like he will probably die and be forced to use his ultimate, but actually, yeah, they're purposely not focusing him just so he doesn't come back with full mana and stuff. But I think a couple stray hits come in and they do accidentally kill him, or maybe it was the bouncing from the glaives. And the Warden needs to be careful now, because obviously when Tauren Chieftain comes back, he's going to have a lot of mana. He's going to be able to use a lot of shockwaves and a lot of low hunters here. I think Keepers of Destruction should really get out of here, because actually Mountain King's really maybe they're trying to get the Mountain King kill, but a bolt on the Keeper of the Grove, and it does go down very quickly, and a lot of hunters go down as well. Very nice there by Rob, and level 7, almost level 8 Tauren Chieftain now. So some pretty crazy play there. And level 6 on the Warden now as well. Obviously Warden ultimate won't be too effective at this point. Obviously it's always an effective ultimate, but I think it just won't be as useful as it would be in a 1 versus 1. And Warden forced to TP out because the Mountain King was there, and lots more shockwaves are coming out from the Tauren Chieftain. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain now coming in and seeing this expansion, and Rob now putting up his own expansion as well. We saw the peon going there earlier, and more and more riflemen coming in, still 2-0 upgraded, and 0-1 upgrades on the Taurens. And it looks like Rob's just going to continue to pump Taurens. And meanwhile, Sword is just going to continue with his riflemen, I guess. And actually we have Ancient of Winds going up here for Strifeco, and Ancient of Winds going up for I'm really surprised by this, by Ancient Winds going up for both of them, and this is quite surprising because really you don't want to be going dots against a level 7 Tauren Chieftain and level 5 or 6, I think level 5 Mountain King. Let's take a look. Level 7 Mountain King, sorry, wow, I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, because you don't want to go dots, and you don't want to go fairy dragons because you'll just get bats. You don't want to go hippos or hippo riders because of bats. I'm not really sure what the plan is here from Keeper of Destruction, but I'm sure we're going to see it at some. I'm sure we're going to see their plan eventually. Maybe they're going to try and play something a bit unique. Well, I'm sure they are, but we'll have to see exactly what it is. And meanwhile, Rob coming in here now with a couple Taurens, and as you can see, just this entangle just can be gotten, and then you can just take out sort of 50% of the army. And so obviously going for high food count units just isn't sort of the best option at this point. And you can see these